like, other than 2 arms, 2 legs?
That's all I could see. A torso, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. Not an oval-shaped head, but a head-shaped head. A normal shaped head. I'd estimate maybe 6 feet tall. And it was white as well, but a paler shade of white than the rest of the white in the room. I think all of these go together. The visit from Paul Preston, the craft over the house, and then my leaving again. All go together.
And your father's anger, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he may have thought, for whatever reason, that I was clear of it. And then Paul Preston comes back and says, no. I don't think he had a choice in the matter. The only anger I have with them is not coming out and telling me something. Okay? Especially after I'm an adult, and I start getting memories back, and I start saying, okay, what gives here? I know this isn't what happened. I know this wasn't right. What gives? I think I deserved more of an answer than can't tell you and leave. The first thing I did is when I started getting memories back is I started looking up old friends. And I would ask them, during this year, 73, 74, 75, where were we? What were we doing? I have memories of doing things. And every one of them, to a T, we were doing this. We were out doing this. Well, I remember that. They go, how could you? You weren't here. And one guy even went so far as to say, we went up to the farm to pick you up one day to see if you wanted to go away. We hadn't heard from you. Your dad ran us off. So what I had of those years were false memories. The memories I had of camping, going to the Dairy Queen, that kind of thing, were implanted.
So you also said in your writing that you have one of your arms is wired or something.
The right one.
Call it.
Yeah. The implant is right here. I know it's right there for 2 specific reasons. One, I had a guy put a meter over it, and they found it that way. And 2, it itches. And what it is, I call it an enhancer. It increases physical strength and speed. There's like wires that run from it that go down the arm out into the fingers, and it's only in this shoulder and this arm. It's not body wide. I wish it was, but it's not. This is the hand and the arm that I've busted many heavy bags with. As a matter of fact, there was an incident to where I grabbed a guy who was a good 40 pounds heavier than me and just straight up off his feet. And then when I realized what I had done, it just dropped. It's like it's tied. I don't know the science of how it's tied in. I really don't. But I know that it's tied in with the fight or flight scenario. When there's danger, it kicks in. If I feel threatened, it kicks in. The throwing of energy, yeah. That one freaked me out when it happened. I had a job in Lexington, a place that at that time was called the Community Kitchen. Now, there was no kitchen. What it was a facility for homeless, indigent, that kind of thing. We had doctor's offices, we had social service offices, showers, clothing, all that. But it was also a haven for pushers, users, abusers, rapists, killers, you name it, they came in there. We could have 60 to 100 people in the facility at any one time, and I was chief of security. And we had a fight that broke out. I mean, it was nothing. We'd have 3 or 4 fights a day, okay? But we had 2 girls get into it. They fight worse than men, okay? And my partner had one holding her down. I was holding the other one down. And when I say holding them down, I was just sitting there with one arm on her shoulder, okay? She was laughing about it. And the next thing I know, I look up, and I see this extremely large man standing over top of him, and he's got 3 or 4 friends with him. And he's giving this routine. I'm giving you the count of whatever to get off of her. I'm going to do this. Well, I snapped. I'm on the ground. I look up. I see I'm outnumbered, outgunned. I changed. Normally, I would have rolled out of the way, got up, started cussing him right back at him, threw him out the door. No. I stood up and hit him. And the witnesses there said I didn't just hit him once. I hit him 12 times in a matter of a second. It broke his neck. His neck was as big as my legs. And it just snapped his neck. Well, when that happened, the whole facility went berserk. It just went, half of them were coming at me and my partner, and the other half was using it as an excuse to get whoever they didn't like. Mm-hmm. And it's during these times that something happens that I can't explain. It's like I step outside of space and time. Everything turns black and white. Everything goes slow motion. It's like I've got all the time in the world to go from point A to point B because this guy ain't moving. Okay? And it's like I'm just walking through, bam, 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 guys going down, and then I'm grabbed. This guy grabs me by the throat, and I just snapped sideways, threw my hands palm down, just threw them down, and screamed inside my mind. The guy goes up and back. I never touched him. And when that happened, that ended the entire fight. Because I'm standing there, and I'm looking around, and I'm suddenly aware that everybody's staring at me. And somewhere during this time, the cops have been called. So here come the cops, here come the ambulances, the paramedics. And I talked to one of the cops, give the report. Half of them are taken to the hospital, the other half are barred out, some are taken to jail, and I went to the nearest bar I could find. And I sat there because I didn't know what to do. I knew something had happened. I knew it was real because people were coming up to me, what did you do? How did you do that? And I'm like, I don't have an answer for you. I don't know.
What year was this that this happened?
either 89 or 90. I worked so many jobs during that time, during those years, which is something else that I've been told is indicative of all of us that came out of these black operations. None of us could hold a job. It was like, and I know from personal experience, would be the greatest thing since sliced bread for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden the boss or supervisor comes out, finds something wrong, and we're fired. What I found out over the years is that's not unique to me. Mm-hmm. Is they want to keep you one step below poverty level, keeps your mind occupied on other things.
Right, survival,
right.
Daily survival, so that you can't go further into your own memories type thing.
And there's also another reason for that, and I've been told this by more than one person. Who listens to somebody who's broke?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But everybody listens to someone who's wealthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think those two go together to make that.
There was an incident which you also reported that you described as a kind of personal teleportation incident, or you went through a wall and you had a witness.
Yes, absolutely.
What do you recall